Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Big Dude, and today we are going to be covering some tweets from Simon. We did get some updates from him, just kind of giving us some insight as to how he plans on launching Hytale if he does get the IP back. And I think it's just really interesting to read through some of these replies to kind of get a better picture of what it will end up being like if he does get this IP. And the fact that he's been talking about it so much does make me think that he does, at least to some extent, have some sort of confidence or some sort of belief that he can do this. And that's enough for me. If Simon feels confident, I feel confident that he can pull this off. So we're just going to kind of scroll through his feed here. We're going to start with this reply from Sam. Sam says, Minecraft launched in the roughest state imaginable, pre-alpha posted to a forum, barely any features, yet it became the best-selling game ever. Let Hytale do the same. Release it raw. Let time and the community shape it, like we did with Java Minecraft. I bet Simon would agree, and he just says, yeah. And this is, you're going to see this trend going as we continue. And I'll kind of dive in a little bit more. Like, for instance, this reply here to Quick Dash. He says, would you maybe do an AMA on Hytale info Reddit? People probably got a ton of questions. He says, if I get the IP, 100% yes. I would like to do some kind of blog post on Reddit so people can ask us questions and give feedback on our initial plan of attack. I would like to make sure everyone understands the new direction and are okay with it. Lower their expectations that what we want to release isn't finished. And then for me, it's useful because I wouldn't need to repeat myself 100 times a day publicly, as people would be able to share the plan themselves as they would be a part of it. So you'll get a little bit more glimpse of this too as we continue to read, but the summary is Simon wants to get a hold of the IP and just immediately give us the legacy build. And this is exactly what I want to happen. I wouldn't want it to go any other way. I don't want it to get stuck in a development cycle again. I don't want it to have to, we have to wait another however many years. He's basically planning on just getting the IP and giving it to the community, and we'll figure it out as we go. Like Sam was commenting in this tweet here, like Minecraft launched with nothing. And through the devs and the community, and like it just turned into what it is now, which right now it's kind of weird, but it for a while it turned into something really awesome. For a long while it was, Minecraft is still to this day one of the biggest games of all time. You don't have to release the game with all the bells and whistles. Especially Hytale. We've been waiting for 7 years, and everything we've seen from the legacy engine looks incredible. The game looks incredible. It looks polished already to me. Here's another one here. He says, this is Insidious. In regards to things that were changed after you left or expanded upon in 2020 to 2023, gameplay-wise, not directly engine-related, would you be open to keeping them if they are good, or are you going to try to stick completely to the 2018 vision? He said, adventure-related mainly. He said, yes, everything good would stay in. The new combat looks amazing, for example. Much better than my days by miles. When I say legacy engine, it's actually probably been updated until 2023. So that's important to know. The legacy engine is not 2018, right? It's not the trailer. That goes all the way up to about 2023. That's when they started making the new engine, right? And all of the assets made until 2025 cancellation are probably still working on the legacy engine. I don't know for sure, but it would make sense. Which means maybe some of those cool new features like the lighting and all that stuff that we got shown could possibly still work in the legacy engine, which is great. The new engine would probably need to be put in a vault for now, maybe revisited later on for cross-platform. Bingo. But I doubt so. I have not seen anything at all since 2019 other than blog posts and maybe one PowerPoint that was shared with me 2 years ago with their roadmap. So basically this is saying new engine, bye. See you later. Not worried about it. We're going to stick with the legacy engine. And that's what everybody is wanting right now. We do not care about the new engine. We just want this legacy engine that we've invested the past 7 years into. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the fact that he's even opening all of these dialogues, guys, the fact that he's even talking about this, it just shows that he's still on board with this, right? Now this one, Pew Pew kind of throws some shade, and Simon says his piece. So Pew Pew says, "You're this hopeful, but you sold the studio to line your pockets. What a joke." Yikes. Simon says, "My pockets would have been emptied by the new direction. I did not feel comfortable with that. I also did not fit with the new direction and was offered an exit package. I like to work in smaller teams with less cooks in the kitchen. I suggest you look at their public finances. I would not have been able to afford that level of spending. The exit money gave me the money that is now the potential to buy back the IP and finish the game. I don't need to do this. I can just stay retired, you know? But I want to finish it. I try because it sounds challenging and fun. Whatever happens, happens. I thrive on chaos, brother." This is just awesome to see that he stands up for it and he says, hey, I don't need to do this. I want to do this. And, you know, I think that this really goes to show why we should place our hope in Simon and cheer him on, is because, you know, his career doesn't depend on this. He was in retirement. He was chilling on a beach, sipping mimosas, probably, you know, just having the time of his life. But he did this because he wanted to. Not because he had to, or because, you know, he would lose his house if he didn't, right? He did this out of, I just want to do this. I want to do this for the community, and it sounds challenging and it sounds fun. That's a big deal. Most people in this situation are forced into it. And when you're forced into something, you don't really give it your all. But the fact that he wants to do it is really, really big. Now, this right here is where we get a ton of information on the details of what the game will be like if we get it from Simon. So he says, yep, it's not going to be perfect or what Hytale is supposed to be day one. That's okay. The cancellation might be a blessing in disguise to reset expectations and break the curse of perfectionism. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. We got so caught up in feature creep and it just got blown way out of proportion. What we had was already amazing. I love that he said that. Obviously, he follows it up with, if we can get the IP, of course. FYI, a lot of content would be cut early on, just to be able to release in some sort of alpha/in-dev version and get funding that way to complete the vision. So expect it to not be complete. Expect it to not have all the features that you're expecting. It's just going to be the game, what they have so far, so that they can get funding and start getting the engine rolling. He said, I don't know the state of the game right now, but one thing is for sure is we could release it with just the creative mode to begin with. Get the community involved ASAP in shared/open source while we finish the work on adventure/mini games, etc. So it looks like if it does come out super early on, it's likely that we don't actually get the adventure mode, which is kind of sad because that is what I'm looking forward to the most. But even in creative mode, it would just be awesome to explore the world, to walk around and see the world and play the game. It would just be awesome. This is a long-term project, would be taken care of for many years, which is totally fine. He said the reality is the early days of Minecraft didn't have much and it ended up okay, right? He's kind of referring back to Sam's post there. He said, for our Minecraft server, we have been developing nonstop for 12 years, never stopped to continue to go hard at it with a team of over 90 people and 40 million unique users, more than 50% Minecraft Java total, which is awesome, right? He's trying to make the point here. You don't have to have the final version. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest, right? Here's another post. Spend a few months evaluating the project. Pure engineering work. Nothing new would be added during that time. Clean up, make sure things work properly, and understand the state of each features, potentially fix some critical features in the process to achieve a basic game loop. So right there, he's saying expect maybe a few months. All right, so that's on average 3 months that he's saying after he gets the IP. He's only planning on keeping the game from the community for about 3 months before giving it to us, which is huge. So if we get the announcement that Simon gets the game, like, get ready, because it's coming in hot, right? And he says after evaluation, we would write up a roadmap, share with the public, then start hiring artists, engineers to execute the roadmap, then just launch. Would the game loop be fun? Probably not the best. Does not matter for this phase. Just need to get it out. Then make it super fun over time. The beauty of block games like this is that they don't rely entirely on survival/adventure features for it to be fun. You can just build/gather with friends and have fun as it is, at least initially. Add creative mode as well, and it would satisfy the needs of many, which is huge, right? But yeah, so this is basically what we're looking at, guys. If Simon gets the IP, expect about 3 months where he's going to clean things up and get some kind of minimal viable product, right? In development, it's called the MVP. Get the minimum viable product that you can give out for players to do something. So what he's saying is probably the most simple is going to be creative mode. So expect creative mode to come out first. And also expect during those 3 months for blog posts and communication. I can't find the tweet right now exactly, but he did reply to another tweet from mine asking about, like, are we going to get constant blog posts? And he was like, oh yeah, content creators will eat well during that time, which is great. So that means, no more like crickets from the dev team. He's going to be letting us know what's going on and keeping us up to date, being very transparent with us, which is super refreshing. So yeah, expect that 3 months period roughly of them tightening things up, getting creative mode playable, and then releasing it. And when it comes out, just engaging with the community and artists and other people, hiring on other people to the team to finish the game out over time. That's what we're looking at. That's the vision that Simon is sharing with us for the release of Hytale. So this is what we're looking at, guys. This is exciting, really, really exciting. And I think the thing that excites me the most is that he's talking about this, right? He could have just made the one thing that was like, yeah, I'll try to get it back. I'll let you guys know. But no, like he's giving us details. Like he's talking about his process and his plan. This shows that he is really like trying to do this, right? He's planning, he's prepping, he's trying to get everything sorted out and figure out how he can pull this off, right? It's not just like, yeah, I'll send him a message and see what happens, right? He's being proactive about it. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing to take away from this is just that he's really trying. He's being proactive. He's giving it his best shot. And all we can do as the Hytale community is just lift him up, pray for him, cheer him on, and lend him your Hytale energy, your Hytale hype energy. But yeah, that will be it for today's video, guys. I just kind of wanted to share, what Simon has been talking about and catch you guys up with what all he's been saying. If he does say anything else that is notable, you can expect that I will cover it. I will talk about it. Yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I also want to say thank you so much for 1,000 subs. That is an absolute, it blows my mind. That's something that I've been wanting and dreaming of for a long time. And it's crazy that whenever I came back to YouTube, it happened within a week. It was just like such a blessing and so unexpected. And I'm just so incredibly grateful to all of you who subscribed and supported my videos this last week. It's just been absolutely incredible. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you, and I will see you on the next one.
Someone please don't let